for that. It's not at all like those courses like one night exam or one day study you do for other courses. It will not work out here. Please remember this. Because you may be all bond in all sort of knowledge, but those bondgiri, yahan pe nahi kare. Is that information clear?
Yes, sir.
So at the end, do not come to me and say ki kuch nahi ho paya, because this obviously it needs regular effort. Because you just try to understand or think, some of you may be very, very new to this accounting kind of courses, finance, balance sheet, all. So if you have not put effort there, and then at the end of time, if you are just before exam, you are looking at those things, you may not be learning anything. So that is how we need some consistent effort in this course. At least for this course, I'm definitely not taking you to much higher level, so you can do it well. And for those who are definitely interested for this kind of things in career, so you are definitely need much more higher effort. So, have you seen? I have posted one book, that the best book on R programming. I have posted that. Have you seen that? Means I have posted in Google
Yes, sir.
Classroom.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great, great. So I'm not expecting anywhere that you will be going through any pages by today. Obviously, you can do it later. So book is there. So basic meaning is the book is there. So now, can I randomly at least ask some of you, like if you have really downloaded and installed or not? Can I do some random check?
Okay, sir.
So let me know. Let me ask randomly then. Okay. I really have, I don't like this. I am expecting you all to be doing because there are enough time, but still, for just some sake of, let's see, Itisri Prusti. Let us see if you have done.
Yes, sir.
Can you switch on camera for a second if you have? Can you share the screen?
Yes, sir. Sir, this one.
नहीं वो screen तो दिखाओ. So those, I cannot see the R Studio again here. You have not installed R Studio. Where is that? Yeah, so the screen for that. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you. You can switch this off, this screen. You can just stop sharing the screen. Very good. So let me ask somebody else again randomly. Subhadip Mukherjee, can you share the screen if you have
Yes,
done
sir,
this?
sir. Yes, sir. I have done that. Directly, sir. Sir,
Very good, very good, excellent. You all are excellent. So you can stop this screen. So now I'll start screen sharing and we'll see. Okay, so can you see my screen?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now I'm opening this R Studio. So this is the screen which you might have experienced, all of you, once you have installed at the start. So we are straight away going to this thing. We are not doing any extra question answer session that I did for the last two sections, but today we'll quickly proceeding with the things, because for you section, like maybe it will be a little faster because I want to take it directly to the course part. So here there are three windows. So this window you all of you see, right, in your screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just see what I'm doing now. You just see here, there's a button or there's an icon like this. minimize, maximize, this kind of icons. I'm just clicking here. See, now there are 4 different window in this entire screen. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. And
Yes, sir.
this extra screen window that got created, which is the first quadrant, let's say, the mouse, the cursor is blinking here, and you see there is something written on titled 1. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So now come to the next, just below to it, left down window. Come here, just press enter. Can you see there is a cursor blinking here as it's shown in my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So these are some informations given here, some license information, some, like you can see here, which version of R you have installed. So in my case, it's R version 4.10. I think in your case, it's 4.12. Which version you have installed? 4.1?
Yes, sir. 412.
412.
Sir.
Very good. So you have the latest one. So I'll update it. I'll update it today after this class. So I have one version B422, prior versions 4.10. Every version come with some keyword. See, in my case, it's showing camp Pantanijan. So in your case, maybe some other keyword it may be showing.
Sir, bird hippie.
Bird
Very
hippie,
good.
sir.
Very good. So these basically why I was saying कि maybe somebody will ask you sometime कि ये क्या है. So just remember these are some keywords. Every person they just put something just to recognize it. Not needed to like remember these things, but this is something like that. Rest of the information's just nothing important here. So it's saying like it's open software. So this free software and comes with absolute no warranty and all. So not needed. Now you can just, I just don't want this to see this kind of things in my screen. I just want to clean that. So what should I do? I'll just press Control L. Just press Control L. The thing are now gone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So now what we'll do, we'll try to understand what are these 4 different windows in our screen. This is the first thing we'll understand. So this is now welcome to our studio. So we are now onwards will be only using this, not that CRAN R. So you have installed 2 things. One is CRAN R software, which is obviously working in the background, but we need the IDE, which is the interactive development, integrated development environment. So this is our IDE, means all sort of coding and all things that we'll be doing here. So this left down window, this window is called console. So this is called console. If you can see also here, this tab you can see this is written as console. So that means this is an interactive command prompt. So like just type, I'm just typing 10. I just type 10 and press enter. So I got 10. Likewise, I press 100, press enter, I got 100. So see, whatever I'm typing, it's giving me the output here itself. So that means it's interactive. You are not waiting for something else. You are getting the output straight away there. That is why it's called interactive console part. So here you have directly you are getting, which is, can you remember now recall what is that? Interactive, right? This is interactive window. You just write some 3 plus 4, see you are getting the result. So that means so quickly you are now able to write a code. You are able to write program. So it's excellent, right? Without learning anything else, you can directly write something and you are just learning how to code. It's so easy or kya hoga? Right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is the best part. These are called inter. This is also, this is first of all, remember some importance about R programming. So this again, you need to maintain some sort of assignment because that is how we have done last time. I'll check it because that will show some sort of effort that you have done. you need to write something because it's difficult to get everything in internet at a one place. You'll get everything is there in internet, but you cannot do the search and do get all these things. So that is why when I'm saying something means I'm speaking something from experience and I'm just trying to bring the most important information for you. So you need to write down somewhere. So these are called interpretative languages. See, you are just doing something and the language is interpreting what you are asking. So it's interpretative language, and these are also called high level languages. These are means R, Python, your SAS, Julia, Stan. So these are all data science programming languages, specifically made for data science applications. Python is not specifically made for data science. Some part of it is they have evolved for data science application. However, Python was originally written for scripting, like it's in for especially for IT applications where scripting is much needed. So there is JPython, which is scripting language. It's a kind of Java with Java-based scripting language, but it's used Python. So it was for that, but onwards they have developed a lot in terms of data science application. That is, they have a huge data, huge applications, basically huge this thing user base. So depending on user base, a programming language is known to others. So R has all user base who are into statistics, who are into basically research organizations, academic organization, and you all know like Facebook, Google, these organizations use R in their core engine. So likewise, the evolvement or the evolution has happened. So these are high level language, means it is very, very away from machine level language. The language which is directly speaking with machine, those are called machine level language. Your C, C++ are little bit related to that, but not again machine learning. They are low level language, little bit closer to machine learning, machine language. So whichever is machine language, they are very, very faster compared to high level language. So high level means you are just at our level, you are writing something and this is ultimately doing the task. So we are working in a high level language format, or it's also called interpretative language. So you are just writing something here and you are getting the result. Now I'll write something. Do not worry for this code what I'm writing, but I'm trying to just get 100 numbers from 1 to 100, or I can say 1 to 50 I want. So I'm writing some code, it's giving me some output, giving me the numbers that I need. So this is purely called console. Now look at, let me just pull out some sort of data. Do not worry about, there is something called, there's a data set called Iris. This is there when you install R, it's already there. That is why you may be thinking ye kahan se aa raha hai. So it's there. So since it's a statistical software, there are many data set, many data set which you can directly extract and work. So there is a data set called Iris I'm extracting, or even let's say there is a data set called empty cars. So there are some number of data points here related to different cars. So what I'll be doing, or there is just a Soki, there's a different data set. I just type, but Iris is again another data set. There are some from the last number, you can see there are 150 observation or 150 rows of data set. And there are 5 column of data set, which are different attributes, showing different attributes. So मैंने बोलूँगा मान लो plot of Iris. I'm just asking, just giving only small command saying plot. Plot is a function, so I'm just giving a function. Please do not worry about all this thing what I'm writing today. I'm not at all showing you any code. I'm not at all showing you any code. So because I have told you, all those who is to the first time in this class, you may be like into programming, you may be thinking, yes, ab kya chal raha hai, itne sare code likh de raha hu main, so it will be difficult for you to understand. So obviously I'm not now teaching you how to code. I'm not telling anything on that, just to show you. So this next 10 minutes, I'm trying to explain you what are these 4 different window in front of us. What is their purpose? So programming part, you can just look at my screen, no need to write even, or even you can, if you want, you can write. Is that fine? और मे बी इन बिटवीन यू मे बी थिंकिंग ये क्या चल रहा है, कहाँ से ये आ गया, फटाफट कुछ डेटा वेटा निकल गया, ऐसा कुछ सोच रहे थे क्या तुम लोग?
नहीं सर।
No, sir.
This is absolutely okay. This is absolutely okay. You can think because she may be thinking, अरे ये तो मैं तो ऐसे नहीं बताता हूँ, ये क्या तुरंत कुछ कोड लिख दिया. So this is obviously not my way to teach. So we'll understand. So, but I just wanted to show you something. So what is that something you'll know now? So what I'm doing, I'm trying to plot something. I, further, again, I'm clarifying, these are not coding thing. I'm just telling you, trying to show you something. Do not worry at all. So I'm just trying plot. You will see within second so many things in your window. See, I have just pressed enter. Within second, you have so many information in right side window, right down window, or fourth quadrant, let's say. Can you see that?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I was doing that. Yeah, obviously, I'm not telling you what is code or how to code. I was trying to show you there is a window called plot. This space is reserved for to look at all sort of visualization, to look at all sort of output which are not numeric output. These are all sort of visual. See, there's a tab called plots. Can you see here?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There are other tabs also, packages, help, viewer, files. So we'll know everything one by one when our class will go on. But this tab is for plots, means you can see all sort of individual plots because this is more important in data analytics. Without plot, without this kind of output, the data analytics has no meaning at all. So these are specially reserved, this kind of windows. You can zoom this. See, there's something called zoom. If I click here, the plot will come in the whole screen, larger one. So any complicated plots you can see in this zooming this window. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So this window or third, fourth quadrant is for plot. You can save this plot as well because many times managers need reporting. So you need to show some plots to your stakeholders. So obviously you need to export it. So you can here do this, export, save as PDF. So we can also do it in coding format. I'll tell you all everything later. So, but today our point is we are trying to understand what this window is all about. So suppose this plot, हमने तो लिख तो दिया, but you may be thinking ये कहाँ से आ रहा है? Can I get some information about this plot? So what I can do is there is a, again, I'm not telling you any coding. I'm just showing to get some information about this plot. I'll tell you everything, something question mark, and I'm writing this function name, which is plot. I'm pressing enter. So see, I was telling you there's a help tab here. Now you see something on this help tab. Do you see something come in this help tab? I'm now clicking here,
Yes, sir.
generic by plotting. So it gives you everything, every information that is documented related to plot. So this is good because you need to like see what these new things are. Anything about any new thing you want to learn about R, you do not need to go to Google. First thing is type here, question mark and that new thing. Or you can write this help and that something called plot. Or simply I would like help. Let's say there is a data set called iris. तो मैंने plus किया, so it will definitely give us all information about that data set. So you can just scroll down, you can read what are those data set content, what extra informations are there, everything you can get in this documentation. So this is very, very important to learn and use. Not to learning to ho gaya, but try to use it whenever you are like researching and doing these things, use them. So this window is again very helpful. There is help, there is plot, there are something called packages. We'll see it later. I don't want to unnecessarily plug your mind with extra information, so we'll see it later. Now coming to this window, this right top window. So this is something abhi dikha raha hai kuch to global environment, something here is history. So if you go to history, whatever code we have written, it's shown here. It's not important, not at all important so much. But this environment is to some extent important. जैसे कि Anything that we create, अभी तक मैंने कुछ create नहीं किया. Anything we create and save, that will be reflected here. We'll see in a small time. I'll show you. However, now just guess. We have done some coding here. We have done the output here. So what remain? What we may be doing here in this left top window? What we are supposed to do here?
So the saved project will be shown in the field.
अच्छा saved project, okay. नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. सेव तो हमने ऐसा कुछ किया नहीं. सेव प्रोजेक्ट तो कुछ किया ही नहीं.
So we will execute the program.
एग्जीक्यूट जैसे अभी तुमने एग्जीक्यूट किया तो आई एम नाउ राइटिंग अलीवा. आई रोट हियर अलीवा एंड एंटर. वो सीधा बोल दिया ऑब्जेक्ट अलीवा नॉट फाउंड. मैंने कुछ ऐसे लिखा, थोड़ा सा चेंज कर दिया, तो मुझे ये एग्जीक्यूट करके बोल दिया या देयर इज समथिंग दिस प्रोग्राम इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड अलीवा. तो एग्जीक्यूशन तो यहाँ पे हो रहा है.
To create that code, we need to use that.
क्रिएट कोड मीन्स
मतलब अगर यहाँ पर take Aliva as example, to create Aliva something as code, we need to use that plot.
no, I was asking this window, this top left window, what could be its purpose? You understood now? This top button window, this is for console where you are doing all sort of interactive programming. You are writing something, it's giving you the output. If there is something error, it's also giving you the error. And this is for plotting. This is for whatever we create, it will show here. We'll see it later. But my question was, this left window is for what?
So for creating
Rigid
code,
for
new
testing.
code.
टेस्टिंग तो तुम यहाँ पे भी कर रहे हो.
For
टेस्टिंग तो यहाँ-
representing.
So for writing the program.
If we write anything there and run, then it will show in the second one.
Yes, so you are also writing here, na? I can
But
write it.
we don't see the output in there. We are seeing output in the same thing, same place. But if we are writing in the upper top level one, then if we run it, then the output is shown in the next one. I mean,
Sir, if we want to write a long program, then we need to use the first one, because if we write something and click enter, it will show the output in the next.
Acha, very good, very good, very good
the same
observation.
thing I just said.
Yeah. So both of you have told same thing, but still you are telling something where you are missing something. Someone like I think Surya Palia Singh or someone told wrong program. You are saying write something where you don't want the output itself. You want output in some other window. All fine, but think about you are writing some code and obviously you want to come back tomorrow and you want to open it again and you want to obviously work on that, which is the obvious case. You cannot like do all programming, all writing all codes for a file, for a software. You cannot finish from start to end just by sitting in one shot, right? So you need to open that again, unpack something, then close it. You'll be doing like this, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So whatever you have written in this down window, you just check now, plot iris, help plot, help iris, Aliva. So I have written all these codes, but can I save this thing? This is just a console. Here you can see all sort of numeric output and all, but you cannot save it. Tomorrow you will come back and you'll see, okay, where is my code? I have written this 10 line. I want to do something more. Instead of plot iris, I want to say something plot, whatever. I want to say, let's say plot iris per length. I want to do some plot like this. I want to make some change. So how you'll do that?
Sorry, we can't do using console.
Yeah, so what exactly you need? Sarada or Shraddha, who was saying. So what you need, if you cannot do it using console. So what
So
you
we-
need,
So we can use the first window and we can save the file.
this second part, I love this answer. You need to create a file first. Whenever you are opening any Word file, you are writing and you are closing it so that next time you can refer that. So that is how, similarly, here we need to create a file first. Understood? So this all sort of business, creating, editing, opening, closing, all these things happen in this first window. So that means you can open, close, create file and keep on writing and editing file here. That is why this part is called source window. Source window or editor or programming window, whatever you say. Best is source or editor. तो हमने क्या किया, तुम्हारा उस पर अभी दिख रहा है एक untitled one. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, my source window is not showing.
So did you join late? We have
Sir.
told how to see that.
Sir, nearly 5 minutes late.
Yeah, so maybe you missed that. Can someone help him? How to see that?
राइट
Sarada,
साइड में वो
help करो. अरे उसको बताओ.
There should be a maximize button on the top of the tab.
हाँ, उसको बोलो, क्लियरली बोलो. खुशबू.
Nirvik, on the tab, top of the tab, wherever you are mentioning, there should be a maximize button which should be shaped like a square.
Yes, got it.
Can you see this symbol, Mr. Nirvik?
Yes, sir, got it. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
just
Khushbu.
click there. Now you see this untitled one. So this is obviously when you create any new file. So this is the default name it has given. You want to save it in your BA folder. तो चलो उसको सेव कर लेते हैं. You can do it file, go to file, then save as or save. Otherwise, we usually do using keyboard Control S. Simply say Control S. तो ये तुम्हें लेके जाएगा. Now it want to save so some directory. I'll go to your BA folder. C Kit BA. This is 2022. This is section.
C.
C section C.
अच्छा सी है क्या? रे कोई डी भी बोल दिया, ऐसे कैसे बोल रहे हो?
C.
सेक्शन सी. तो सेक्शन सी डॉट आर, ये देखो समथिंग एक्स्ट्रा. हमने तो सेक्शन सी लिखा बट ये अपने आप एक डॉट आर भी कर दिया. सो दिस इज ऑब्वियस, दिस इज ए फाइल एक्सटेंशन. So this will understand this is an R file. So next time it will not at all confuse like which software it should need or it should be needing to open this file. Simply it will understand this is an R file. So it will be needing R Studio to open this. Just like in a Word file, you just give any file name, it will automatically give .docx docs or .pdf. You just give a file name, it will give the extension. Similarly, here the extension is .r. So now you have created a file. So we'll start writing something in the code. So obviously, let us write again 2 plus 3. And I am now doing something to get the output. You see in the output window, let me again clear all this thing. I am now trying to get this output. I have done something. Maybe तुमने कर रहा होगा, नहीं हो रहा होगा. 2 plus 3 लिख के, if you are just pressing enter, you are not
नहीं
getting
हो रहा.
हाँ, so I am telling you are not getting anything. The cursor is coming down, but you are not getting any output in the console. So there is a small difference here. If you are writing in the console window, pressing enter, that is how the interactive output you are directly getting. But here you need to press Control Enter. Just press Control and Enter simultaneously. So I'm writing 1 to 10, Control Enter. So you need Control Enter. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now it's showing you the output. That means you are now understanding how to run any single line of code, whatever you have written in this code window. I can also have done something like Anirban, and यहाँ पे भी कुछ दिख रहा है, इधर कुछ रन करके दिख रहा है ये,
Yes, sir.
but I don't like it. Just you can, if needed, you can also press here, but यहीं पे सीधा ये भी बता रहा है Control Enter. So always try to use as much as possible keyboard. Keyboard is always much faster than any graphics. So because these are mouse prompt, and what we are doing is keyboard prompt. So Control Enter, it has run the code now. Understood till this point? देखो, this is a class where you can ask anytime any doubt. If you are not doing that,
सर
it's
वहाँ
simply-
पर कंट्रोल एंटर डालने से भी नहीं हुआ एक्चुअली.
तो अभी तक तुम कहाँ थे? So I was telling you, once I started saying you can ask me any doubt, then only you started.
No, sir, I was checking continuously. Then I asked you.
So कहाँ पे नहीं हो रहा है? You have written something like this.
Yes, sir, I have written 2 plus 3 and the result is not showing. Then I wrote 1 plus
No,
1.
maybe, sir, maybe he is on the another line, so that's why it was not executing.
2 plus 3 उसी लाइन पे कहीं भी तुम्हारा कर्सर होना चाहिए. Not
Yes,
any
sir.
other. In anywhere. No
Okay,
need
sir.
to like. Sometime क्या होता है ना, you are worried कि हाँ उसको end तक लेके जाऊंगा, कर्सर बीच में है, नहीं चलेगा. Don't think like that. Anywhere the cursor is, you just press Control Enter. Done.
Yes, sir, done, but still the answer is not coming.
And Avik, just do one thing on that line only, where you type 2 plus 3, just go there and just press Control and Enter.
क्या हुआ? Why are you taking so much time?
Yes, sir, but not showing, sir.
Are you
don't know
getting
why.
instruction? Are you getting the instruction clearly? What your
Yes, sir, I
friend-
am getting the. Yes, sir, I did that, but it's still not showing. I don't know why, sir.
Can you tell us what you did?
I just typed 2 plus 3, then I made sure that the cursor was in the same line. Then I press Control and Enter simultaneously, but the result is not showing, sir.
Acha. So where you are looking the result? There is a console screen in the lower.
Yes, sir. In the console screen, I was looking for the result, but it's not coming.
Okay. So I'm stopping share. Can you screen share now? आउट आ तो रहा है यार. 2 plus 3 दिखा तो रहा है. 5 3 बार हो चुका है.
नीचे दिखा रहा है ना?
यस सर, 3 बार हो चुका है यार. 2 plus 3 रन हो चुका है.
Yes, sir. Sorry. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
What sorry यार, ये क्या है? मतलब it's happening and you cannot see the output. That means you are looking at somewhere else. वही तो मैंने पूछ रहा था, where you are looking for the output. So all of you, this is anyway, this is fine. These are first time we are learning. This happens, but make sure these are the very basic thing, and always also try to ask. As much as possible, we will try to solve it here depending on the time. Otherwise, we'll see. But please try to ask. If you're not asking, obviously I cannot understand what is happening in the other side, because this is online format. Offline hota to tum obviously could have asked me immediately. I could have come to you, but ये इसमें तो नहीं हो रहा है. And also I cannot do always this screen sharing for all. But since these are the very starting classes, let us first not at all have any doubt in these particular things. Make sense, na? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
एकदम कोई भी सिली चीजें हैं, सब कूद पड़ो. Just try to ask me. नहीं पूछोगे तो फिर the same thing वो रह जाएगा. Nobody will help you, because these are all online system, and the very more I found the basic difficulty here is you are all trying some individual learning. यहाँ पे group learning होना बड़ा मुश्किल है, तो उसके चक्कर में फिर वो help मिलना और सीखना ये सब बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है. So this is anyway, so now as long as I'm here, I'm telling you, you can ask me. Do not wait. Just ask me. So till
Excuse
this
me, sir.
point, yeah, go on.
Yes, sir, while writing a name like Anirban you written, do we need to put the double quote manually, or is there any shortcut for putting that?
नहीं, quote का नहीं है. Quote is always you have to put manually.
Okay, sir.
So you can also put single quote, but those things I'll tell you later. So for the time being, leave it. So if I'm just putting single quote, that will also do. So this is same as double quote, but we'll see that later. Presently, we are trying to understand what are these four different windows. So हमने तीनों, these are very important thing. Now, if you want to save this file, suppose you have written this many codes. So I'll suppose you want to write something more, or even this much is, or you can just write. Let's say I'm writing something. Welcome to our programming. So again, Control Enter. So and I want to save this. I'm just pressing Control S. Now it's saved. तो इसको मैंने क्लोज भी कर दिया. Gone. ये भी इसको भी मैंने हटा दिया सब. Control L कर दिया. ये भी हट गया. Now you want to open that file again. Let us open that file. Open file. Go to your directory. C. Open it. Now you learn how to close, how to open, how to edit file. Edit means suppose this 2 plus 3 you are not happy, you want something 2 plus 30 here. Control Enter. So you are now change this code. You can extra write line of code. You can write here. I can write suppose print welcome to BA. तो मुझे वो प्रिंट करके दे दिया वेलकम टू BA. अगर मैं सिंपल इधर लिखा कुछ प्रिंट वेलकम टू BA तो ये रन नहीं होगा, कुछ एरर बता दिया. So basically you are now learning all these things, how to open a file, how to edit it, how to save it. Control S कर देंगे बीच में, so that you see anything you are writing here. Now one more thing I want to show you. Anything, any line or anything or any line starts with a hash. This is called hash symbol is a comment line. So what do you mean by comment line? So comment line means it's not a code line. It's not a code line. Basically it's not executable. If you are just pressing control executable, if you're just pressing control enter, वो तुम्हें कुछ एक्स्ट्रा चीज नहीं देगा. जो उसी पे लिखा होगा you'll get the same thing in the output, which this is that means. चलो ये कुछ एरर है, इसको भी कमेंट कर दिया. So just wait for a second. I'll be back in a minute. Hello.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. हाँ बोलो.
sir, when I entered the after writing hash hello, then control enter, then I am getting the output 2.
कुछ भी उसके ऊपर का तुमने 2 लिखा होगा वही दिखा रहा होगा. उसके ऊपर का क्या लिखा है, ऊपर वाला लाइन?
सर ऊपर वाला तो मैं अनिर्बान लिखी थी डबल कोट्स के अंदर.
वो 2 दिखा रहा है, तुम ऐसे कर रहे हो हैश उसके बाद हेलो ये लिख रहे हो, कंट्रोल एंटर, तो वही
Yes.
दिखेगा. देखो मेरा इसमें क्या दिख रहा है, तुम्हारा अभी भी 2 दिख रहा है.
ओ हैश के बाद सर स्पेस देना है क्या?
नहीं कोई जरूरत नहीं हैश के बाद स्पेस देना. वो मेरा प्रैक्टिस हो चुका है फॉर एज ए गुड कोडिंग प्रैक्टिस. जस्ट फॉर
मेरा भी वैसे ही दिखा रहा है.
सर 2 दिखा रहा है सर.
2 की इधर से आ गया, तुम लोग एक काम करो, ये नीचे नीचे पे आओ, नीचे नीचे कर्सर लाओ और 2 बार एस्केप दबाओ, एटलीस्ट ऐसे ऐसे एस्केप दबाओ एक बार एटलीस्ट।
ओके सर।
तो क्या है कि तुम्हारा
सर मेरा
बैकग्राउंड में
8 शो कर रहा है।
हाँ तो मैं समझ गया तुम लोग का क्या हो रहा है। नीचे आओ, नीचे आके ना ये एस्केप दबाओ 2 बार। देख रहे हो मेरा कैसे दिख रहा है, एक एक लाइन वो रन होते जा रहा है विदाउट नथिंग। जस्ट प्रेस एस्केप 1-2 टाइम्स। नाउ
sir.
अगेन कम बैक एंड रन द कोड। हैश हेलो वाला को रन करो, क्या दिख रहा है?
ब्लैंक आ रहा है सर।
Blank.
हाँ
हाँ,
सर
अब
ब्लैंक
नहीं-
आ रहा है। अब ब्लैंक।
अब वो 2-8 चला गया ना। अरे क्या हुआ?
क्या
सम
सर?
ऑफ
फिर से।
आई वाज आस्किंग, जो 2 दिख रहा था 8 दिख रहा था, अब नहीं है ना?
नहीं
No,
सर
sir.
अभी दिखा रहा है, अभी प्रॉपर दिखा रहा है।
Fine. So sometime क्या होता है, you might have your cursor is activated here, but it's actually showing something from your console. So just press escape like that. So fine. So now we have learned. देखो
बट सर
if you
ये
have
ब्लैंक आ रहा है,
Yes sir,
हैश के
blank
बाद
आ
जो
रहा है
लिखता है
सर।
वो नहीं आ रहा।
वो कोई नहीं हो जाएगा. So might be you have not run control enter properly, तो इसलिए वो blank आ रहा है. So you just
अब प्रेस इट वंस अगेन, वो आ जाएगा अच्छे से।
Yes,
हाँ,
sir.
तो-
Yes, in my case, you're showing hello in result.
Fine. So these are all comment lines. So what we are learning here is, this is very important for a programmer. How any programming line, any code or any block of code should accompany some explanation, because if you yourself look at that code after a month, you will not understand at all what is happening. So for to add those kind of explanation, you should, as a good programming practice, you should write what are these things, just write with this comment line. So I want to write, let's say, want to plot some data from iris. तो मैं क्या करना चाहता हूँ, now there are some different things. So I just want some plot of iris dollar spaces. So don't think or don't look at this code what is happening. I'll tell you later. Just I was trying to show what this comment line purpose is, because here you can understand, okay, so ये जो मैंने किया हूँ, just I wanted to plot some data from iris, so that is why I'm just writing this code. So this is how the comment line works. Now you see any changes you have done. यहाँ पे क्या दिख रहा है, एक स्टार मार्क दिख रहा है, section.sexy.r star. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So that
sir.
means you have made some change. So you can just say Control S, वो चला जाएगा. That means your file is saved. So always it's good thing to save in between, because maybe आप तुम्हारा कहीं crash कर गया, कुछ हो गया, since you are working as a starting newly you are learning, it's good to save like 10 minutes, 15 minutes में कुछ लिखा, कुछ सीखा. So why not save it? Just Control S का आदत डाल दो. So we have learned a lot many things. Okay? Yeah.
So, sir, after opening the saved file, it will not show the outputs again, which we got earlier.
Very good observation. It will not show the output. क्योंकि बार बार अगर ये output show करेगा, then just imagine you have written something here, some 1,000 lines or even some 10 lines, where the output is a very big output. If it's running, then it will take some time. Suppose you have written something just 3-4 lines and it needs 1,000 calculation. It's possible. So I can just write a 1 line, but it will do a lot of calculation inside that. So it's not at all good idea to always, when you open a file, should it do all this calculation by default?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Absolutely. Because you have written a line, you do not want that output immediately. You have seen that beforehand, you know what is that. So why should you unnecessarily run it? So that is why by default, it should not run. So it's always good to not to execute those lines by default. Whenever you want, you can definitely execute it. So when you open that file again, it will not show you this kind of output by default. So that is a good practice. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So now we'll learn something more. Gradually, we are trying to learn what is there in this R program and how we'll be making the best use of it. So any programming language. So what I'm doing here, I'll not open any PPT, I'll not open anything and write there, I'll write itself. Means we have this comment line, these are all comment line. That means anything I want to write in front of you, I can write here as a note for you. So now we are going ahead. So we have understood clearly these three different windows. एक और बच गया, इसका भी देखेंगे. So we'll come to know when the thing appears. So nothing to unnecessarily worry about it. So now coming to programming, whenever you want to learn any programming, so first of all, we are giving some information through these lines. And obviously these lines are understood by this R compiler. In the background, something is happening, that is why it's throwing us the result. अगर उसमें कहीं भी हमने कुछ गलत लिख दिया, so first you may be knowing this, it's better to know this. R is case sensitive. तो इसका मतलब मैंने यहाँ पे जो प्लॉट लिखा था, सपोज मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा था प्लॉट आइरिस, तो मैंने क्या करूंगा, P को गलती में कैपिटल P लिख दूंगा, कैपिटल प्लॉट आइरिस कर दिया. अब देखो क्या बोल रहे हैं, what is happening here?
So error.
So the best way to learn programming is always try to understand what this error is giving or what is the meaning of this error. तो ये सीधा बोल रहा है could not find function plot. So these are all functional programming again, because you are calling different function and getting the desired output depending on whatever is written inside the function. तो हमने plot function call कर रहा था to get the plot output, but now it's not understanding that plot keyword, because here the P is capital. So I have written here R is case sensitive. So that means you need to very much careful here whether the name you have written is that as it is written in your module. So it's written as all small cap. If I'll be writing P as capital, so it will not understand. This is very important thing that you are learning in this R is case sensitive. Now coming to next part. So next is any programming thing you want to learn. Obviously, this is much easier one, again and again I'm saying. So we need to have an idea about what is a variable. Oh, chalo. So if you think this word is a little bit difficult for the time being, so let me tell you something. Suppose you have, let us generate some numbers. Because we are always into numbers, we are into data. So our theme of entire course should be, we should be smart and we should be happy to play with numbers. So without numbers, this data analytics has no meaning. We all know it. So suppose I'll generate some numbers. तो जैसे कि मैंने कुछ करूँगा RAND, तो नहीं चलो, this will be again confusing you for the time being. तो मैंने कुछ ऐसे करता हूँ, चलो 1 2 for that. Sometimes I'll write some code when it's not needed for you to remember. I'll tell you. So now I'm writing something. Do not try to remember or what is happening. I'll just tell you. So suppose I am writing something 1 to 100 in a sequence of 5. So it's giving me some set of numbers. So what is happening actually? I want numbers from 1 to 100 with an increment of 5. तो मुझे 1 6 11 16 ये सब दे रहा है. However, I want all these numbers to use in my somewhere आगे जाके मैं use करना चाहता हूँ. Are you understand? Suppose I want to refer these numbers sometime ahead in my code. You are understanding what I have written now? Line number 30.
Yes, sir.
So how should you refer that? What should I do then? we have a set of numbers. I just want to refer it in future. What should I do?
Assign it to a variable.
So immediate thing, the answer is perfect. We need to save this set of numbers somewhere. Yes or no? For us all who are learning for the first time, are you okay with this line? We need to save it somewhere, na? Otherwise कैसे करेंगे? अगर save होगा तब कहीं ना कहीं से उसको retrieve कर लेंगे, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
तो हमने अब क्या करेंगे उसको सेव करेंगे. So let us learn how to save. Let us learn how to save this set of numbers or some data. तो हम उसको सेव करेंगे. हमने लिखा था सीक्वेंस, ये अच्छा है. अब now anyway, so try to be little bit smart enough whenever I'm writing some number, some word, and I'm pressing a bracket like this opening brace like this, समझ जाओ कि this is nothing but a function. And you should be, since you are learning as a first time, and I have sent you that book, always try to learn as many as when you think about a function. Let us also get cursor. Let us get an idea about how a function works. तो function कैसे काम करते हैं देखते हैं. देखो, we are calling any function. So exactly what we are doing when we are calling any function, what we are actually doing? This is just a mathematics thing. It's not programming. I'm not asking you anything from programming. And remember, whenever I'm asking something, it must be linked to your earlier knowledge. I'll not ask you randomly from somewhere something new. Any function that you have learned from your mathematics 10th level, 9th level, sin x, sin of this, that. So what exactly we are doing there?
We are doing some operations.
Okay, any other answer? अरे ये क्या हो रहा है? 70. अरे अच्छा, I heard one interesting thing. 88 of you have selected analytics. अगर ऐसे हाल होगा, please remember, you will all be fail. So analytics if you are selecting, देखो, एक तो मैं तो एनालिटिक्स का फैकल्टी हूँ, मैं तो उल्टा तुम लोग को एडवर्टाइज करना चाहिए, अरे सब आ जाओ एनालिटिक्स ले लो. But obviously I would like to tell, if you are really interested, then definitely take. And I have told you, it's a single class of mine you are attending, you have to invest 3 hours for it because it's a start thing. So you have to progress a long way ahead. So accordingly, think about it. So functions karta kya hai, you are not answering. I do not know what happened suddenly, where you lose the interest. How a function works. Can you at least pull out some knowledge from your 10th level or +2 level?
In a function, there is a variable.
So function is go through in algorithm.
Do not unnecessarily word different, add different extra word. ये सब आंसर जो है ना, इस HR क्लास में
dependent variable, independent variable.
कोई सिंपल वर्ड बताओ जो कि सबको समझ में आएगा. और डिपेंडेंट, इंडिपेंडेंट, ये सब अननेसेसरली मत जोड़ो, इसमें कोई मीनिंग नहीं है. दैट सिंपली सिग्निफाई दैट नॉट नो इट.
Related to input and output.
Excellent, Shivani, thank you so much. Can you now little bit go like tell more on these things using these 2 words?
Sir, like if we are giving anything as an input, the function will show its output.
Very good, very good. So all of you, please remember this. If we cannot explain something in a layman terms, that means our learning is really somewhere it's lagging. Believe me, this is very true. It's even, I think I have copied these things from Einstein. He used to say this: if you cannot teach it to your grandma or something, then that means your learning is really not done. तो हमने क्या करेंगे, हमें कुछ पता है तो हम एक्स्ट्रा कुछ बोल देंगे, डिपेंडेंट, इंडिपेंडेंट, कुछ भी नया चीज जोड़ देंगे, तो उसमें बच्चा क्या समझेगा? जस्ट आई एम जोकिंग, बट प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस इज फैक्ट. तो इनपुट आउटपुट दीज वर्ड्स हम सुने हैं. अगर तुम बोलोगे हाँ इनपुट क्या होता है नहीं पता, देन ऑब्वियसली वी आर हेल्पलेस. तो इन ऑब्वियसली इनपुट मीन्स यू आर फीडिंग सम डेटा. तो एनी फंक्शन मीन्स we are giving some data to it, otherwise वो नहीं चलेगा. तो output is whatever that function बोला गया है, मतलब एक function कुछ तो करता होगा. You have written or you have defined there is a temperature conversion function. Celsius को Fahrenheit करेगा. तो if you are just giving Celsius, it will give you Fahrenheit. If you are giving some degree, 30 डिग्री दे दिया, and we are asking, चलो ये मैंने पूछूंगा tan फंक्शन को पूछूंगा, टेंजेंट ऑफ 30 कितना होगा, वो मुझे दे देगा. सो tan ऑफ 30 द वैल्यू इट विल गिव. मॉड ऑफ x मैंने उसको दिया कुछ -2 और 10, एंड आई एम आस्किंग इसका मॉड निकालो. तो ऑलवेज एनी फंक्शंस, द फंक्शन नेम इज मॉड, फंक्शन नेम इज साइन, फंक्शन नेम इज सम अदर ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक हो या पैराबोलिक फंक्शन हो, एनी फंक्शन, एनी. तो एवरी फंक्शन नीड्स ए इनपुट. Every function needs some set of input. ये नहीं कि जरूरी नहीं कि एक ही चाहिए उसको, 2-3 input भी चाहिए. It will take 2-3 things and it will give you the output and give us the output. तो हमारा अभी I have, तो मैंने क्या बोला था, whenever you are in this class, try to quickly sense कि यार अच्छा मैंने कुछ तो नया एक फंक्शन लिख रहा हूँ, तुरंत उसको कोशिश करोगे ये फंक्शन करता क्या है, एंड ट्राई टू मेमोराइज दैट, बिकॉज दैट विल कम फ्रॉम योर एनीवे योर हाउ मच एफर्ट यू आर पुटिंग एंड हाउ मच प्रैक्टिस यू आर डूइंग. तो मैंने यहाँ पे कॉल किया हूँ फंक्शन दैट इज कॉल्ड ACQ, व्हिच इज नथिंग बट सीक्वेंस. तो इफ यू वांट टू नो मोर अबाउट इट, क्या करोगे, एक तो तुमको ये बताया था, ये क्वेश्चन मार्क ACQ ये लिख दिया, एंटर किया, तो सीधा इधर बता देगा कि ये फंक्शन करता क्या है. पूरा हेल्प फाइल इसका है, पूरा हेल्प बता देगा, दिस दैट लाइक दिस. तो दिस अ ग्रेजुअल थिंग. तुम, ये हमारा लाइफ टाइम लर्निंग है. देयर आर मेनी फंक्शंस व्हिच विल बी लर्निंग ग्रेजुअली. तो मैंने क्या करूंगा, सीक्वेंस इज अ फंक्शन जो कि एनी फंक्शन हम लिखेंगे, दैट फंक्शन ऑलवेज बाय डिफॉल्ट कम विद दिस साइन, ओपनिंग ब्रेस, दिस ब्रैकेट. तो ये ब्रैकेट लगाया, इस पे इनपुट क्या क्या चाहिए. सपोज यू डू नॉट नो क्या इनपुट चाहिए, तो कैसे करोगे, जस्ट टैब प्रेस करो, टैब, इसके अंदर कर्सर है. आर यू लिसनिंग इट व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग नाउ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
Okay, fine. The cursor is inside this bracket. I'll just press tab. Suppose मान लो मुझे कुछ पता ही नहीं है इसका, इस फंक्शन को क्या देना है, what input exactly it needs. अगर मैं टैब प्रेस करूंगा, जस्ट आई एम प्रेसिंग टैब, अच्छा तो इस पे क्या आया, 3 डॉट. तो ये कुछ एक्स्ट्रा इंफॉर्मेशन मुझे नहीं दे रहा है. तो मैं क्या करूंगा, आई नो समथिंग दैट इज इन राइटिंग, बट यू कैन लुक इट हियर. ये जो हेल्प फाइल में यहाँ पे देखो क्या लिखा है, फ्रॉम, टू एंड बाय. तो ये 3 इंफॉर्मेशन इसको चाहिए. तो मैं क्या करूंगा, फ्रॉम पे लिखूंगा मान लो 1, 2 में लिखूंगा 10, बाय में लिखूंगा मान लो 3. अब कंट्रोल एंटर किया, तो क्या मुझे देगा आउटपुट में, विदाउट रनिंग? कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट आउटपुट यू शुड गेट?
1, 4, 7, 10.
7, 10. Very good. So you see the output is this. Very good. So this is how we are not writing a function, but we are just learning how to use a function. There are many functions. As much functions you know, it will be adding to your programming skill. So लिखना है जो फंक्शन वो भी बताएंगे, बाद में देखेंगे, दिस इज आवर फर्स्ट क्लास। तो हम इसका अभी क्या करें, 4 नंबर है, आई वांट टू सेव इट, वो हमारा क्वेश्चन वहीं पे था। we need to have an idea about what is variable limit. We need to save this set of numbers. So question is again, how to save the above generated numbers. तो हम उसको सेव कैसे करें? तो we need some container to save. Just think literally. You have some water, oil, anything that you purchase, you want to save it, you will just store it in some container, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
तो हमें यहाँ भी सेम चीज चाहिए, here also we need a container. तो here we also need a container, and in programming language it is called variable. तो हमने एक वेरिएबल पे उसको सेव करेंगे. So let us see how to do that. Now I am writing the code. So let us say my variable is, कोई नाम बताओ, some name that you want to save. Let the variable name is, कुछ नाम बताओ.
भास्कर सर.
भास्कर में सेव करोगे ये नंबर को?
Delta, sir.
अच्छा, डेल्टा. ओके, डेल्टा वेव चल रहा है तो ठीक है. तो अब हम ये सारे नंबर को डेल्टा करके नाम पे सेव करना चाहते हैं. तो हाउ शुड आई राइट दैट? लेट अस सी द सिंटैक्स और द ग्रामर. मैंने डेल्टा लिख दिया ऐसे. अगर मैं सिर्फ डेल्टा लिख के रन करूंगा क्या होगा, एनी आइडिया? ऑलरेडी
Sir,
मैं
error.
एरर आएगा, वो
Error.
बोलेगा
एरर शो करेगा सर.
वेरी गुड. तो डेल्टा, बट हमारा पॉइंट था कि वी नीड टू सेव दोज नंबर्स इन डेल्टा. तो ये आर में कैसे लिखते हैं देखो. जस्ट पुट दिस लेस देन सिंबल, पुट ए हाइफन. ये हो गया तुम्हारा सेविंग वाला कोड, लेस देन एंड हाइफन. अब मैं जो था वही लिखूंगा, सीक्वेंस 1 10 3. तो ऑब्वियसली मैं बार बार वो कोड नहीं लिखता, मैं वहीं पे जाके लाइन नंबर 39 पे ही लिख देता. सो सिंस वी आर लर्निंग वी आर राइटिंग. अब आई हैव व्हाट आई हैव डन इज, you want to save anything to any variable, वो वेरिएबल नाम पहले आएगा. इफ यू राइट लाइक सीक्वेंस 1 10 3 उसके बाद ये सिंबल एंड डेल्टा, वो गलत हो जाएगा. सो वी वांट टू सेव whichever thing you want to save, it will come in right. Where you want to save, that will come in left. तो ये हो गया. अब मैंने कंट्रोल एंटर करूंगा. सो इफ आई टू कंट्रोल एंटर, what happen in output, can you tell me?
So
The
that's
same
saving
thing.
third quadrant.
Save in third quadrant. अच्छा.
So saved
But
in the environment. Yes.
अच्छा, वेरी गुड ऑब्जर्वेशन. तो आप देखो, एक ये हमने जो वेरिएबल क्रिएट किया वो इधर भी दिख गया. वी हैव क्रिएटेड ए वेरिएबल डेल्टा एंड नाउ दिस इज शोन हियर. इट्स नॉट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट to see here, but it's okay. Just you can check what are all variable that is created that can be shown here. Now coming to this console window, इनिशियली हमें वो दिखता था 1 10 3, ये वाला रन करता था तो मुझे वो नंबर दिखते थे 1 4 7 10. लाइन नंबर 39 रन करता था. लाइन नंबर 45 रन कर रहा हूँ, वो दिख ही नहीं रहा है वो नंबर. सो कैन यू गेस व्हाट इज हैपनिंग हियर?
Sir, it is getting saved in the second window.
वेरी गुड. एक्चुअली इट इज गेटिंग सेव्ड, तो इसीलिए वो नहीं दिखेगा. तो कैसे दिखेगा? सो यू वांट टू एनीवे सी दैट. जस्ट नाउ टाइप डेल्टा. अब तुम डेल्टा लिख दो. एक चीज देखो, जस्ट मार्क दिस. इफ आई एम जस्ट टाइपिंग DELT, वो ऑटोमेटिक आ जाएगा. whichever variable that you have created, it will show you automatically. Can you see that? Automatically आ रहा है.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Remember one more thing, very important in coding. जब जैसे तुमको ये दिख गया, Turant, do not write all. Just press tab. Just press tab. Remember this pressing tab. Because मैं ये क्यों बोल रहा हूँ? Sometimes it's very very important. जैसे कि suppose मैंने ऐसे करके लिखा sequence of numbers is sequence of 1 to 120 some sequence of मैं लिखूंगा कुछ वेरिएबल नाम ऐसे मुझे चाहिए था इवन नंबर्स तो मैं क्या करूंगा 1 इसको मैं कर दूंगा 2 200 ऐसे करके मैंने सेव कर दिया तो अब इफ नेक्स्ट टाइम आई विल टाइप इवन नंबर्स पूरा मेरा गलत मतलब मे बी समवेयर आई मे बी डूइंग रॉन्ग इन टर्म्स ऑफ alphabet this capital or caps lock lower case right case in simple spelling में मेरा mistake हो सकता है so to avoid those things if I'm just writing EVEN वो automatic आ गया can you see that
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
so
sir.
this is the beauty of this editor these are this editor window this interactive this IDE ये तुमको वो वाला R में नहीं मिलेगा so here you can see that immediately press tab so if you press tab you are not bothered about what is exact spelling in that thing variable so that you will not do any mistake it will immediately capture the entire thing as it is ये कर दिया अब I want to see what are those numbers stored in this even numbers variable I have created a variable named even numbers अब मुझे चेक करना है what are those numbers तो इसको लिख के कंट्रोल एंटर करूंगा कैन यू सी ऑल इवन नंबर्स
Yes.
वेरी गुड सो नाउ सिमिलरली यू कैन आल्सो डेल्टा के पास जाके उसको कंट्रोल एंटर कर दोगे तो डेल्टा में दिख जाएगा व्हाट आर द वैल्यूज यू हैव स्टोर्ड
Sir, these variables are case sensitive or not?
वेरिएबल्स आर केस सेंसिटिव और नॉट क्या होगा आंसर एनीवन
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's obviously case sensitive. Anything in R is case sensitive. Anything other than the digit. Numbers में case क्या होगा? 2 को 100 का capital में कुछ नहीं होता है ना. So anything in R is case sensitive.
Okay, sir.
So one question. So in the console window, what is that 119 and 37 in the bracket?
Very good question. So I would always appreciate if you can come up with any observations that you found. Because see, my objective is we should learn it ekdam from grassroots we learn so that our confidence level will be definitely very 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 good so if we are not observing from that perspective we may be missing something because obviously this is a different language and you remember when you are learning English or you are learning different vernacular how much effort you have given you are listening to many people you are like looking observing you are thinking okay I'll be and there are grammar thing that to learn you have gone through years of coachings so we definitely need some effort here and you know these days this MBA who can code they are the most like I don't know mostly demanded in the world so we are learning something means try to observe try to ask so again a very good question come in can someone answer that
So second row contains the 19th number.
19th number okay very good any other observation सेकेंड रो में 20th नंबर नहीं है तुम्हारा आंसर पे ही एनालाइज करते हैं यू आर राइट बट इफ आई आस्क सेकेंड रो कंटेंट 30th नंबर am I wrong
Oh, is it because it is starting with the 19th character or the 19th number?
very good the second row starting with the 19th number Like presently many of you may be thinking अरे यार मेरे स्क्रीन पे तो 19 नहीं दिख रहा है, मेरे में कुछ 22 दिख रहा है, किसी का 10 दिख रहा है, किसी का 18 दिख रहा है, राइट?
Yes, sir.
या तो कंफ्यूजन शुरू हो रहा है कि नहीं? तुम पूछ नहीं रहे हो, अगर कंफ्यूजन है तो पूछो। सो देखो अभी मैंने क्या किया, स्क्रीन को थोड़ा सा मैंने इसको छोटा कर दिया, अब इसको ड्रैग करके ऐसे कर दिया। अब नाउ आई एम रनिंग इट अगेन। अब क्या हो रहा है? कैन यू सी दैट नाउ?
17 दिखा रहा है।
हाँ, अब 4 तो लाइन आ गया, 1, 17, 33, 49. So it all depend on how much width you have, and this output is being just printed in that space. Depending on your space available, it will adjust. तो ये 1, 17, 33, 49 इसका मीनिंग क्या है? This particular, actually how many numbers are there? Can you tell me quickly? Even numbers जो variable है, how many numbers are there?
50.
50. Very good.
50.
Perfect. Starting from 2 to 100, 2 gaps, so 50. Now, can you guess why it is showing 49 here?
So 49th number.
98 is the 49th number.
98 is the 49th
Starting
number.
from 2.
49th number, very good. So the starting line in any number of row, the starting element comes at what index? So this 98 comes at 49th index. 34, this comes at 17th index. So the starting element index is reported at the left. तो ये हेल्प कैसे करेगा? जैसे कि यू डू नॉट नो इसमें 50 नंबर है, स्ट्रेट अवे यू कैन काउंट, अच्छा लास्ट वाला ये 49 है, नेक्स्ट है 50। तो तुमको मैं पूछूंगा अच्छा 36th नंबर इसमें कौन सा है? तो यू कैन काउंट फ्रॉम हियर, 33, 34, 35, 36, 72 इज द 36th नंबर। ठीक है, दिस इज जस्ट अ रिपोर्टिंग like style here. It depend on the space, how much space you have preserved for that. So depending on it will show you, and it will help many a times. We'll see when we have a lot of output, we can see, okay, this is the number of index or position for this. So now we are closing with this. I do not want to put you into much more information. So we learn many things. Can we note down what all we learn? So our learning today, let us write this. Maybe it will also help you, our learning today. हमने क्या सीखा? Source window, there is something called the top one, then console window, then plot and help window, then variable window. Then we learn how to create
Sir,
and close files. हाँ बोलो।
sir, can we execute the function which we are writing without using the space?
जैसे कौन कहाँ पे? Can you tell me where, or can you tell me?
So like in the
बताओ।
sequence, after writing 2, then comma, then we are giving a space. Without giving
Oh,
space,
Absolutely you can do it. Absolutely. Just but I was doing कि anything after comma, I used to give a space. वो मेरा थोड़ा सा practice ऐसा ही है. Just as a good programming style. You can say this is a style of writing. So you can definitely write without space, no problem at all. So you can see here, let's say sequence 2, 100, 2. तो आ गया same output. So nothing to worry. This space is, मैं थोड़ा सा मेरा ऐसे practice है, after comma I used to give a space. ये मेरा habit हो चुका है. Otherwise you are fine. Only the way where it will be better visible, try to do that.
okay, sir.
So we learn how to create open close files. We learn how to create variable and save data in them. We also learned about running functions. So all these things we learn. So it's a good thing for you. For you have 1 week, go ahead with this. Your exam is next week, or we have one more class?
Next
Next
week.
week, sir. Next week, sir.
Start from this Monday.
हुआ अच्छा, सो दैट मीन्स हमारे और क्लास नहीं है।
After the midterm, sir.
आफ्टर मिड सेम सर, मिड सेम से इससे कुछ आएगा क्या मतलब?
वही तो मैं पूछ रहा था, इसीलिए अब मैं क्या क्वेश्चन दूं? मैं ब्रदर सर को बोल दूंगा सर आप ही कर दो पूरा, मैं कुछ नहीं दे रहा। अच्छा, मैं अगर कुछ क्वेश्चन देता हूँ तो मैं 2-3 MCQ दे दूंगा। चलो
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
चलो, फॉर मी
सर इस बार सर MCQ का कैसा रहेगा, मतलब 5
सर
रहेगा या
पैटर्न क्या होगा
20
एग्जाम
रहेगा?
का? यस है वही।
अरे वो 5 कर नहीं सकता ना ये। अच्छा हाँ, वो तो रहेगा, कुछ 5 क्वेश्चन रहेंगे तुम लोग के लिए, वो रैंडम होके आएगा।
लाइक एंड सेम।
हाँ, लाइक एंड सम। चलो, मेरे लिए मोर इम्पोर्टेंट है दिस
सर
अटेंडेंस।
वन मोर थिंग, इन द आर्ट प्रोग्राम सर,